Hey, welcome everybody. We are here discussing the TIE Defender and the best builds for your TIE Defender. So look at this ship. Isn't that beautiful? They took a TIE fighter eyeball, and then stuck on what almost looks like 3 different interceptor wings. But that's the TIE Defender. It's going
Looking
to
for
give you
something more
400 hull.
personal?
So that's going to be less than a standard TIE interceptor. So you're going to be the squishiest of all ships. It's considered a fighter class, so it would actually be tied into considering the most of my ships have got hull increases or decreases, but you can see that the standard hull is roughly around 1700 health for TIE fighter, and you're dealing with 400 for its other fighter class that we've got here. The shields, however, are 1200 as in comparison with the Reaper shields that come stock at 1400. You'll have 1200 on those. 130 is the max speed, so you're matching out alongside the Xwing. It's going to be slower than the stock interceptor, and it looks like with the TIE fighter coming in at 150 stock, you're slower than the TIE fighter as well. So you got less hull, less speed. Your maneuverability is 256, and that's a lot. So your sorry, I said maneuverability. Acceleration is 256 compared to 210 on the fighter, and it's the same as the interceptor acceleration. So you'll be able to stop and start pretty fast, stop on a dime, that kind of thing. Maneuverability is 76, so you're going to be a little bit more maneuverable than a U-wing, less than an interceptor, just slightly better than the TIE bomber, and not as maneuverable as a TIE fighter. Interesting, right? You kind of think of a defender as being really maneuverable. But very low hull, but it's got 1200 shields. Let's take a look at the loadout that you can take with this guy. Alright, so when it comes to lasers, you got 540 DPS on a standard. Sinar burst is 724. You can go with a plas burst that brings you to 882. And then there's, of course, ions. So with that, you're looking at this TIE Defender being different than the B-Wing in that it's all laser damage or ion. It's not a combo. And with the lasers, it's pretty much effectively the same as a interceptor with the added fighter burst cannon option as well. There's no rapid cannon, but there is plas burst. So the plas burst is going to be 600 range. The range on the ions is 1000 standard, 1000 standard for the burst. So burst comes from like the TIE fighter arsenal. Plas burst comes from the interceptor arsenal. So this is kind of like a mix between those two ships. And then the standard laser cannon. So we got an interesting cross here. The APS, the Advanced Power System, gives moderate overcharge to the systems with max power. If no system has max power, it gives weaker overcharge across all systems. So max engine systems charged gain is 75%. So having this, you're going to do more damage, you're going to have faster engines, you're going to have more shield, like recharge shields and things like that, faster if you utilize this component. Cooldown is 20 seconds though. Interesting. So if the cooldown is 20 seconds, it gives moderate overcharge to the systems with max power. So you're going to hit the button, and whatever thing that you've got maxed, if it's your engines, weapons, or shields, it's going to throw 75% into it. So it's almost like shunting power without any negatives. That's what this is about. Okay, and it's on a 20-second cooldown, so you can use it over and over and over. It's like a free shunt. Kind of like a no-brainer shunt, because it's always going to benefit you. So like every 20 seconds, push that button. Push that button, because you're going to want it. And then right ox, we've got this anti-starfighter. This is coming from the interceptor class. Just a quick lock missile. Not a whole lot of damage. And then you also have the concussion option, which is coming from the TIE fighter arsenal. You got the Seeker Mine, which is coming from the interceptor. You even have ion missiles. Again, that's coming from the fighter onslaught. Interesting to note that I tested out on the B-Wing. It says rate of fire is 1 shot a second, but it's really closer to 5 a second or maybe 4 a second. So this is a lot faster than it says it is. The ammo capacity is 40, and then you also have the cluster of missiles. Now these are coming from the interceptor class. This is firing multiple missiles at the same target. So if you're going after something big, you could do potentially 1,800 damage if you get all 4 targets. This is a cluster. It's not a multi-lock. They're all going to be fired against one target. Cooldown is 12 seconds. The ammo capacity is 5, even though it's kind of like 20 in the sense that you have 20 missiles coming out of you, but potentially not firing all 4, right? Because you have to wait for lock on, and it gets the maximum number of targets fired. All right. So with that, we look at countermeasures. You got all the same interceptor options. I tend to like the chafe. A hull, you're going to have the deflectors for your shields. This is going to reduce increased shields, decreased hull integrity, useful because shields are while hull integrity is not. So this is going to make you paper thin, is what this is going to do. You already have nothing for hull, and if you go with this, you're going to have absolutely nothing. Don't hit anything. Don't run into a single rock, because it's going to suck. But we're going to pick it up anyway, just to kind of look at how that's going to impact us. So we hop back to where the ship is. You can see that the hull has dropped down to 120. Please don't sneeze. This guy's going to die. If somebody hits you with, takes out your shields with an ion missile and then just taps you with a laser, it's goodbye, TIE Defender. You're not defending anything. Alright, so next up, let's take a look at the hulls. We had missile lock reduction, that's coming from interceptor, and I think standard has that as well. Acceleration. You go with the agile hull. This reduces health. And again, you get further reduction of health, right? Lamistel hull, auxiliary damage taken, primary damage taken. So you take less from missiles, you take more from lasers on your hull itself. It's like there's no point to this because you have no hull. So if anything gets past your shields, you're dead anyway. So you might as well not take that option. Max shields 20%, max hull. I think that's the one we kind of got started on. That is the one I think I might take because your hull's already crap. It's that, or else you want to go for additional acceleration, maneuverability, move around. And then there is no stealth hull on this baby. So let's go ahead and go with that, and let's take a look at the shields. So this one reduces the shield regen, don't want that. This one is primary damage taken to the shields is reduced by 25%, but you take more from missiles. I don't know that I want my missiles gone with one single ion missile, even though that might be the case. Max shields 20%, shield regen, that looks to be pretty solid. And then the Nimblar plus 100 regen, minus 30% shields. I don't want to do anything that's going to reduce the shields on this baby, so I'm going to go with the fortified shields, get an additional 20% max shields. Okay, so we have no stealth option like you would on an interceptor. So you're not going to be able to go dark. You will have mines, you will have missiles and things. This auxiliary thing, I'm not really feeling this to get a free shunt. I think I would just take the opportunity to go with things like barrage rockets and concussion, maybe mine. So always going to go with the onslaught, and you need those for if you're ever going to joust, go head on head with somebody. You want the rockets. And then I would go for the concussion because of medium. I thought that was strong. It looks like it's a medium. So maybe I might go with anti-starfighter missiles. It's got a 4-second cooldown, so you're firing them all the time. 1.3 lock, so you can lock it on faster. And it's got a little bit more ammo, so it might be helpful for taking down targets. It's just that if a concussion missile hits something, it's going to do a lot of damage. The other option would be the clusters. So, it's tough. It's tough on this one. I'm gonna go with clusters. I don't think I want that free shunt, but I will take the shunt just to try it out here in the launching practice. So go ahead and take the ship out, and we will take the ship out and see how it's going. Okay, so you can see how the configuration is on the right-hand side. We've got the shields. So, you know what? We don't have the ability to shunt, and that might be why it's important to take it on this ship. So if you wanted to add to your your shields. You can see it building up a little bit differently than what you have on other ships. And we got our lasers pumping up really fast. Standard laser. Has really, really fast recharge. Really fast.
Impressed yet?
So with our current loadout, we're at 129 speed. So this is going to be relatively slow, but we're able to pick it up to 274. It does feel like the boost does not last very long, but it does rebuild super fast. You can see where I'm maxing out the boost almost one time. And if you're doing a lot of this is going to be fun, right? Because you're doing a lot of the drifting. You can almost drift forever. As you hit the drift, you are charging as well. So you watch the drift, you can start seeing it recharging even while I'm still in the drift. It's almost at full. You can drift for days and that's your plan. And it really should be again, so you just start drawing back in the drift. And if you're not convinced on drifting and stuff, you know, you're flying by, it's like, alright, let's just try this really well. Drifting. Just keeps you moving. So maybe we're coming by that store firing is blowing around the nose. Take out the service. Of course, would be on the captain ship, the C-75, but just kind of give an example of flying around the Star Wars Squadrons. The hull is almost nothing. It flips. I'm down to 16% hull. But it seems pretty nice. Let's go ahead and spawn in a squadron just to give it a little bit. I just punched it and it gave me full in my engines, which I didn't need. And you can see we're recharging super fast here anyway. Shields. Getting up to max shields pretty fast. And those shields are pretty good. A lot of shields, so if it's going to pump those shields that fast, that's pretty sweet. And you can get out of danger because as you boost it away. Right? We get our engines up. Boost them away. While you're boosting away, you can switch to shields to recharge that. Your boost still only lasts maybe a third of the time it feels that way. Alright, we're going to add in a squadron just to have something to play with real quick. I think I dropped the onslaught rockets.
One on my tail.
Looks like I got the standard. This is not the ones that I was thinking of doing. Oh well. So hitting that recharge, you can see I'm giving 75% shields. So if we need a quick boost to shields, that's what that's going to be for. Think of it kind of like your hull repair. Instead of a hull repair, you've got a shield repair.
You see it? Take it out.
And then we can pump the shields, get our boost, and then our shields are all back.
Incoming missile.
Engines.
Just praise me.
So this should be pretty good as long as you don't hit really high on this.
Enemy locked off.
Going head to head with these guys, you're not taking out the shields pretty good. My shields are getting low, right? So I switch over to shields, and I get my boost to the shields, and that's done. It's 75%. It's pretty nice.
Enemy telling me. Good one.
Don't drift into anything, I'll tell you. Okay. So let's take a look. We've got nothing pumped, and it should give 30% to everything. You can see how it boosted up the lasers, it boosted up the engines, and the engines just disappeared on their own because I had the power and staying, so that kind of sucks. Probably definitely want to use it when you got power and TV systems.
Target down.
Yeah, it's great for getting those shields back. So say, oh, I need shields. Boom.
They're on
Shields are
me.
there. And it's every 20 seconds, so it's going to be faster than a hull repair.
Never stood a chance.
Alright, one last show of the shields going from 100%, getting boosted, and then 175. They kind of load up on their own, so as soon as you switch it over, you really, I mean, lasers, you get the full that fast. Engines, you get the full that fast. So it's like, really, is this thing really helping out all that much? I don't know. But it definitely is clutch when you need it. So if your shields are dropped down, put the engines shields over and pump it, or if you have nothing down, I don't really have to use balance, I can always throw it max and 1 over 3. So I won't ever be using that 30% boost, but that doesn't seem to be much help either. Yeah, I'd say this is going to be primarily like, oh crap, I'm out of lasers and I want to take out that target. Let me go ahead and pump. Get my 75% lasers. But if you're covering full lasers, you're fine. That's 25 seconds. And wow, that can't be more than like 8 seconds, 6 to 8 seconds to reload the full. So yeah, I'd say this bad boy. I mean, you look at how slow the lasers are dropping off too. So you could like blast away someone before you even need to switch back, and at that point, boosting away, filling up your lasers, boosting away, getting the shields up. I mean, this ship is awesome. I don't really know that it's necessary to have this except for those situations where you find yourself without shields, without lasers, and you need them in a hurry. Even faster than they already seem to charge. Not a very fast fighter. I think that we're going to be in trouble with ion missiles, ion lasers. It's going to suck, because you have no hull. But I think it'll ultimately be a really fun fighter to be in. And if you like shields, kind of the A-Wing, this would be... I would play this a lot. Yeah, hope this was helpful for you guys in deciding how you want to build out your TIE Defender, and I'll catch you next time.